Hey guys, Jeff, Handcycle Tips and Tricks. Today I'm going to go over various parts of the bike. I hear a lot of people ask questions what things are called, so I'm going to go over those and get a little clarification out there. Guys, so like I said, we're going to go over different parts of the bike, kind of become familiar with what we have and what we call it. We'll be starting at the front of the bike and working our way back. Alright, so first, I think we all know what spokes are. These are our spokes. This is our rim. The tire, the tube is inside. In here, I know it's hard to get to, but there's the hub. Our cassette, which is made up of multiple cogs or gears. This is the front derailleur. I know it's a part of the bike that most of you hate, but you'll get used to it and you'll be fine with it. And the spokes, the rim, the hub, all comprise the front wheel. And then here we have the dropouts. The dropouts are what the quick release and the skewer slide into to secure the wheel to the frame. Alright, and speaking of quick release, this is our quick release lever. This is the nut, and the part that connects the both of them is called a skewer. The whole front piece of the frame that's black on mine is considered the fork. This is our parking brake, and depending on what kind of bike you have and your preference, it might be somewhere completely different. We have the brake calipers, brake pads. I don't know if you can see that too well. And then another set, brake calipers, brake pads. This is your air stem. And there's two different types. There's Schrader and Presta. These are Presta valves. Alright, now this is the tension adjust for my derailleur. I locked the one down here because it would always come loose as my cranks rotated. So I locked that down and I installed this one here, and it has saved my life and a lot of headache. Alright, moving back. We have our hand grips. This flat piece here by top end is called power plates. This is my shifter and my brake lever. This is my rear derailleur. Crank arm attachment here, which attaches to the spindle, which goes through the bottom bearing and bottom bearing brackets. Or not brackets, bearings, sorry. These are chain rings. Mine, I have a triple. Some of you may only have a double. That's all based on preference. That's what came on the bike. I haven't changed it out. I haven't really had a need to yet. Although I am looking at Q rings. But they tend to be a little bit pricey, and I am a budget kind of guy. Alright, you guys see my blue hose here. This is my drinking system I kind of rigged up, as opposed to spending $50 on a hose that bends and stays put. I spent $2 on some rubberized gear ties, and I can bend this any way I want, and it stays there. So it's always close to my mouth while I'm riding. That way I don't have to remove my hands from the cranks. This is your rear derailleur shifter. Like I said, depending on your bike, you may not even have that, and it may just be a manual lever that you move up and down. Alright, this is the seat. Since I am a right above knee amputee, I have the longer cushion here. Otherwise it would just come straight across and both my knees would go in there. But anyway, since I am an amputee, I have this big void here, and I kind of made a makeshift basket which I will show you. there that I just drop in there. I set my water bottles in it, and then I use my other gear strap here to hold the bottle against the tube so that they don't go bouncing out anywhere, and then my hose just goes into the bottle. Anyway, that's my seat back. On the more laid down, recumbent, and setup style bikes, your seat back will be adjustable, and you will have front footrest up here on the fork. All right, moving towards the rear, or hold on. Here we have the head tube. The head tube is what connects the frame of the bike and the fork to make one piece that rotates so that you can steer. This is your pivot point here. And this is your chain guard. I know a lot of you don't have one or prefer not to use one. They've also probably got some stories to tell you about times their face ate the chain rings. So I would suggest, if you have one, to leave it on. If you don't, you might ought to get one. Alright, so moving towards the back. We have the draft bar. Purpose is to keep other people's wheels out of your back wheels. Your back wheel here, again, tire, tube inside, frame, spokes, and your hub make up the back wheel. And as you see on this side, I have threaded axles. All that means is I have a screw that secures my back wheel to the camber adjust inside the rear axle. So this piece here, if you loosen this, you can actually rotate this silver piece to adjust the camber of your back wheels. Unless you know for a fact you're having an issue with that, don't mess with it, because it's a pain in the butt to get everything lined up again correctly. And next thing you know, you're basically dragging the back of your bike. This is my tool bag, nothing fancy. It does the job, so it is what it is. Down here, underneath my bike, I have my footrest. And I believe that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, it's not a whole lot here, but I see a lot of debate in the forums and Handcycle pages that I'm part of. People always wondering what things are called or calling things by the wrong name. Maybe this will give you something of a reference. If you have any questions about anything I missed, feel free to ask below. Like the video and subscribe if you like this kind of thing. I hope you guys are having a great Monday. It's good to be home. France was great, but it's always nice to get back where you belong. Have a nice one, guys. I'll see you soon.